Welcome to the show. Let's begin, as always, by telling you more about the COVID-19 situation as we progress through. And then later on, some very sad news. So before we start, I want to let you know that I haven't got time to make videos yet because I'm very busy here, so I'm going to try to work on a schedule. Here. Here so I can make videos for you guys and not give you guys a hard time. We're like over 12,000 cases, over 13,000. I mean, that's a lot of numbers. And yet nobody is taking the advice seriously. The media says it's all a hoax. Media said people think that what their people are saying is a joke. I'm going to tell you right now, this is not a joke. This is very serious. This virus is no joke. And if you think it's really serious, don't take my word for it. It is really serious. I tell you guys every time on the show to please wear a mask. We don't need to have many more deaths. We don't need to have a lot of deaths in Oasis County. I tell you guys, wear a mask every day. When you go out, when you're going shopping, when you're going to the beach, when you're going to get a tan, get some sun, going to get food, except when you're eating. Those are the only times you must wear a mask every day. Get these now. Let's get into the sad news here. My good friend, a great viewer of the show, Dr. David Freeman passed away today due to his battle of COVID-19. I met him months ago. He was a great guy. He wanted to, I told you back in March, back in February, he had a plan to increase the security here. By building a police station. But nobody knows if it's going to happen or not because of his death. But we don't know. In his absence, though, I mean, Joe Kelly, who was an old superintendent back then, is the acting superintendent. He was superintendent years ago, and now he's back as an acting superintendent. But this came after a post from weeks ago from one of Freeman's family members. I don't know if I should do a special on it, but if I do, I'll ask the Freeman family, but if they refuse to come on the show, I'll give you results. But as I said earlier, you need to wear a mask every time. There is no need to you gotta wear a mask every single day when you go out. When you go out, you must wear a mask. If you gotta go exercise, you wear a mask. There is no but here. Just try to understand the facts so that we can slow the spread together, not let Governor Greg Abbott close down Texas. Alright, coming up more on our education beat, this time from a TAP spokesman who wants school learning to come back for all students to come back to the school building in December. That's a bit harsh. but it's what the governor wants. And then later on, more bars on Corpus Christi are preparing to reopen under the guidelines of Governor Greg Abbott, but still, many people have gotten a virus because of bars, because no one understood the 6 feet limit. All that's next. Welcome back to the show. Now, with bars reopening because of the virus, these are the guidelines you need to follow. To name a few. First, what you need to do is stand 6 feet apart and always wear a mask, except when you're drinking or eating peanuts. Mostly have 10 or more, no more than 10 people. If you have more than 10 people, if you have less people, you won't have people contract the virus, but those people have to wear masks. If you have a medical condition where you cannot wear a mask, same principle. But have a mask by your side just in case someone doesn't have one. It's only for the people who do not have a mask, who cannot wear a mask because of medical conditions. But if you do have a medical condition, you cannot wear masks. I'm going to tell you something about masks real quick. It's a very good tool to use in these times. Doctors wear masks. Everybody wears masks when they're spray painting stuff. And let me tell you something right now. These masks are very important to you and me. We all wear masks every time. Every time we go outside, we go exercising. We all have to wear masks. We go to work. We all wear masks. And you think it's not a big deal to wear a mask, to not wear a mask? I mean, just today. I mean, the RTA mandates that everyone wear masks, and yet they take it off. I don't see the big issue here. I mean, if the governor orders you to wear a mask, you wear a mask. And this is no joke. Many people have died from the virus, numbers are rising, and no one's doing anything about it. If there was a law right now to say that everyone must wear masks when they go out exercising, going to get sun, or when they go into work, it would be a great idea. And people may think it's a joke, but it's no joke. This is a very serious issue here to you. This is a very serious issue here. I wear a mask all the time when I'm at work, even when I'm outside. I stay 6 feet apart when I'm going shopping. All stores mandate that we all wear masks, period. With no ifs, ands, buts, or excuses unless you have a medical condition. If you have a medical condition, that's an excuse. You don't fake your medical condition because you don't like to wear masks. I get that, but it's for your own safety here. Now, bars are going to reopen, but they're preparing to reopen under these guidelines. So, this is the guideline. Less than 51% of sales come from alcohol as of April 1st, which was months ago. Or can they apply for a food and beverage certificate? Now, what is that, you might ask? What's a food and beverage certificate? Well, it's like your What's like a food handler's permit? These are just a couple words to name a few. But under these guidelines, you have to follow those guidelines. If you follow those guidelines, then your bar can be less for spread for COVID-19. But there's two. But to name a few, Buffalo might be doing the same thing. But the owner said they couldn't have that certificate. But if it's both a bar and restaurant, it's probably under these guidelines. If you did it before, then that's okay. So now, the food and beverage certificate, you can probably get one. What that means is it's a subordinate permit for your primary permit to be printed on the face of the primary permit. Alcoholic beverage sales cannot exceed 60% of the total gross receipts of the licensed premise. So with the changes happening to Governor Greg Abbott's order, it's 51%, which was 9%. Which is 9% now. But if these guidelines do work, they could slow the spread. We'll probably know about that as soon as possible. We'll give you a break when we come back. Back to school time now, and with millions of people trying to get back into school, go on school supplies and stuff, the Texas American Federation of Teachers said they should just push it until December to put kids back into the building. What was several reasons? They want to fight Governor Greg Abbott's order, but it's just what the governor wants. There was no point in just saying that we don't need to listen to the governor. We should just do what we want. I mean, yes, I understand, but there are plenty of people out there that don't want to listen, that just want to go back to school. But virtual learning is the possible way until Labor Day. Now they want to push it all the way back to an additional 3 months of virtual learning. I understand that you don't want to come back to school because of the virus, but it's just what the governor wants. And just a few days ago, teachers were allowed back in to start the school back in the school building because of this. I'm willing to tell you the truth. I'm happy for them. It's just what their boss wants. It's what the boss wants. There's probably just no point in arguing back and forth with every school district in America, period. The bottom line I'm trying to get to you is, I understand that you want to push on it for a few months, from August to another date, but there is no point in just saying. There's no point in what I have to say. The only point that I have to tell you right now is that, yes, I understand, but we have people out there that just want to go back to school, and there's no need to put up a fight with the governor. No need. Now, when you're going to work, the thing you have to remember here is that, yes, I understand that people do want to wear. That the thing that you must understand, you need to wear a mask when you go in a restaurant. Just remember that. Still going to our back to school topic. This time it's going to be all about let's focus in on cheating. Now, we've covered this before many years ago in our first show, on our very first episode, very first season, where we focused in on teacher as a cheater. That was an open secret in school districts all across the country. And in some states, there are cash bonuses. One teacher was caught doing this, and that was Nancy Yergin. Catherine Videswood, over years ago, she discovered one of Nancy Yergin's students pull out a stack of notes. But the most common form of preparation is what you call test preparation. You see the test and teach a test. In the state of South Carolina, that's a crime. One person's been caught. That was Nancy Yergin. But they covered a public hearing. A local TV station covered a public hearing in this, in which a crowd of parents and students were there. But to no avail. She was fired and arrested for breach of test security. She pleaded guilty. It was fined $500. The state accused her of cheating for money for a total of $5,000 in bonuses. She says she was trying to help the poor kids, the black kids. I think it's a form of racism, because I don't mean to be, I'm not going to say this. This is what he said to, this is what Dr. Jacob Condell said to 60 Minutes, and I quote. He said, in fact, what these tests do is hide the fact that if you're born poor and black in South Carolina, you're going to stay poor and black all the rest of your lives. I'm not saying that. That's what Dr. Jacob Condell said. And there are many other states, like here in Texas, and in Los Angeles, there were plenty of teachers that were caught cheating, correcting and erasing wrong answers. Memphis, Tennessee, one teacher confessed that with the principal's conspiracy, teachers were given copies of the test before test days. And besides Texas, there are plenty of teachers that have been caught. Illinois. And as teachers, what you need to do is keep an eye on the cheaters. Don't be cheating. Don't be cheating on the test. And don't get caught erasing and correcting wrong answers. Because this is a very, very serious issue. We don't need to have people coming in saying that we need to have students cheating anymore. That's why the PSAs have that say no cheating. Period. I get that the way to pass the test is to study. No distractions, nothing. Just study. And yet there's plenty of people out there that want to, and yet I get that you want to pass the test, but cheating is no way to pass the test. Secretly, there's secrets like a pencil, index cards. Just look at the floor. I mean, cheating is a very serious issue. We need to do something about this before it gets out of hand. When we come back, our final topic here on this show. This time, it's all about something that we all take every day in school. Stay with us. Before we get to our final topic, here's the PSA from Mr. Mackey himself. Drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs. If you do them, you're bad. So don't be bad. We're doing drugs. I'm not be bad. Drugs are bad. Smoking is bad. You shouldn't smoke. And alcohol is bad. You shouldn't drink alcohol. And as for drugs, well, drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs. Now I've been watching my introduction. Let's get back to Mr. Carpenter here for giving me a break. Thanks, Mr. Mackey. As he said, drugs are bad. And there's many people in schools that take drugs in school. There are many kids in school that do drugs in school. And they never get caught. But there are statistics here. I mean, one YouTuber has been caught and sharing his whole story shared some stories on his channel about the time he got caught smoking weed in school. His name is Austin FFA or Luna. And in his channel, he has tons of stories, like his school stories, like my teacher went insane, she did this in class, I got caught in school. It's a drug story, but basically in all his stories, Luna's FFA said that he got caught with his friend, and his friend got caught. That's why drugs are prohibited in schools, and there are state laws that prohibit drugs to protect the safety of all students. Plus alcohol. Alcohol is illegal in the state of Texas. If you bring alcohol or have possession of alcohol on school grounds, you are violating state law and you could face jail time. And we've been giving the kids the message here, just say no to drugs. But the question is, why do juveniles just want to buy drugs and take them to school? I mean, if you're under the age of 18, you can just go buy drugs with a fake ID. So just try to understand, drugs are bad. There is a time and place to do every single drugs, and that's in college. We'll be right back in a moment. Here's a story we're working on for tomorrow's Give Me a Break here. Teachers fighting students, and students fighting teachers. No, we already did that. Let's focus in on some drug testing. How can you fail a drug test when you have drugs in your system? And what are ways to avoid drug tests? How do you pass a drug test? The basic answer is you just don't take drugs. So if you fail your drug test, that obviously assumes you're taking drugs. That's Thursday. That's tomorrow. Then on Friday. Also, porn in school. Why you should never watch porn in your local school and how you can get in trouble for watching porn. That's also tomorrow. Then on Friday, running from police on foot. The reason why that is because they're afraid of getting arrested. Why do people run from the police when they're going to be arrested when they know what they did is wrong? That's also on Friday. Then also on Friday, that's on Friday. Then also on Friday, teachers drunk texting students. Why teachers should never drink alcohol before they go to their job. All this tomorrow and on Friday. That's all for this edition of Give Me a Break Wednesday. We'll see you again for tomorrow for Give Me a Break Thursday at 4:30 at our same time. At 10:30, 11 Central. At 11 Eastern, 10:30 Central. Follow us here at YouTube. Have a great night.